Hi there, I'm Sarah. I've always been curious about what it's really like to build a community. So I immerse myself in different communities and document them, not just for myself, but so others can learn from me too. Over the past year and a half, this journey hasn't always been easy. As an introvert, constantly being around people, meeting new faces every month and traveling to unfamiliar places can be exhausting. But it's also incredibly rewarding. Traveling has taught me more than I've ever learned in school. The people I meet, the experiences I gain, this cannot be measured in money. And that's why I want to share this journey, to show that if I can do it, you can do it too, in your own way. Right now, I'm at my next destination, Project Kamp in Portugal. Project Kamp started in 2020, and in just 5 years they have built a YouTube community over 700,000 people. But they not only make videos, they document every step of their process, so that knowledge is freely available to everyone. People learn from Project Kamp, but Project Kamp also learns from its online community. Online connection is powerful. I've decided to step out of my comfort zone. Normally, when I join a community, I look for a place with a bed. At Project Kamp, sleeping in a tent was my only option. Why stepping out of my comfort zone? I want to explore what it really takes to build an online community. And how do you create a successful YouTube channel like Project Kamp? A YouTube channel which funds your daily living costs. I'm also intrigued by what it's like to live in a place where filming is woven into daily life. As a filmmaker myself, I'm usually behind the camera, not in front of it. So what does it feel like to live in a community where almost everything is documented? How does it impact the people who live there? Let's find out what the community thinks about it.
To be film where we're building, it has a lot of challenges, but it's also the main goal of the mission. If we weren't filming, everything we would do would sort of like die with us or something. So it also makes it worth to get frustrated. Yeah. It makes us learn, I think. We reformulate everything for the viewers. I think for me, because I'm not an expert in the things that I do, but it pushes me to be very clear and very more professional. But it has a lot of downsides as well. We lose some energy a lot. We lose time. We lose spontaneity. If I want to do something A and something B, I need to do them in that order. It can get very, very frustrating to not be able to work freely for the sake of the viewers' understanding. So I think for the community aspect, the online community, we're supposed to interact with it, but I find it a bit hard. I think on the community platform we have some people answering and communicating with us, which is very nice. But it always arrives a bit too late because we're already done with whatever we're doing. And on YouTube, the comments, they're more out of context. They can be also a bit brutal sometimes. There's a lot of good comments as well, of course. But if you open that kind of worms, then you take everything in, and I think that's a bit hard. So I think, for myself at least, I try to steer clear from the online community, which is a bit sad.
So how do I feel about the filming? I think for me it's not that prominent because I'm often in the kitchen. So I'm only being filmed when I help out with other projects, or I guess last year there was a bit of filming in the kitchen, but it's not like this constant, everything I do is filmed, or I constantly have to think about this while I'm doing my work. I think I would find that very exhausting, definitely in combination with having to cook meals for people. So I am kind of glad that I am not. But it annoys me really, like when I'm cooking and I have my music loud and I'm using the food processor and suddenly someone's like, we have to record, can you stop doing whatever it is you're doing? And I'm in my flow and it kind of breaks that flow. And I think for a lot of people getting used to it is like this, like it breaks your flow. You have a way of working and suddenly you cannot work like that. It doesn't really bother me, like I understand why we do it and I think it's cool, but also sometimes it's a bit much. And I don't like seeing myself on camera just yet.
I think the biggest benefit of the videos is, for me, that they're really fun to watch. I was a big fan of the videos for Project Kamp on YouTube before coming, and it was my weekly entertainment every week for years. So it's really cool to be able to create another type of video, be part of the process. As someone who just likes to get stuck into things, get excited about different tasks, and things have to be very ordered and you have to think things through a lot before you get into it. So it really lengthens out the planning phase of projects, and there's a lot more work on each day that takes you away from the actual work you're doing. But I guess it's not all for nothing. In the end, you get a really nice video. You can send all the footage to the video team here, and they do a really good job of like showing all the highlights. You get like a highlight reel that is then shared with like hundreds of thousands of people, and it can be really rewarding, especially whenever you look at all the feedback online, who either are experts or who think they're experts about ecosystems, because it's open to everyone and anyone who wants to contribute and talk about something. And it attracts the type of people who really like just typing things and sending off information online. The real experts rarely have the time to stop and give us feedback, so it really dilutes things down, and it's difficult to find things which are really applicable. Not everyone has done research on all the other things which are going on, and it almost makes it seem like a waste of time. But there are some really good people out there with good suggestions. It's nice to have that resource as well. It just comes with a bit more work of filtering it out.
The interviews really highlighted how filming isn't always easy for those living in the community. It can disrupt the daily workflow and take away some of the spontaneity. But there's also a powerful upside. Capturing these stories and sharing valuable knowledge brings us a real sense of purpose. In the end, it's worth the effort, because these videos have the potential to inspire and connect people around the world. But how do you make those videos successful? Let's find out what Dave, the founder of Project Kamp, learned of being a YouTuber.
So we used to have this other project before all about plastic recycling and sharing it open source. For us it was a very powerful tool to share things in video so people can learn from it, but also they understand the project and the goals and they can help out. So we knew when we started this project that we would integrate it from the start as well, to really upload it to YouTube and commit to that by really having a video each week. A bit as it forces us to document and be very transparent, and it can also be a way of income for us. Now, a few years later, we're still doing that, still uploading a video each week. It actually has been the main source of income to fund this project. And a lot of stuff is documented and it built an online community. So for us, it's been quite essential integrating YouTube. And we're a bit at that point now where we feel like, oh, it's also a bit scary if your main income stream is like YouTube from an American company that could just change their policy. So we're looking a bit into other income streams. But so far for us, in our setting, it's been quite essential. I've been around on YouTube now for quite a long time. I think in our case, like consistency, that we really every week upload a video, it's quite, in our setting, good. I don't think it always needs to be like that, but for us it works. And yeah, making sure, I guess, you have something interesting to share that people want to follow. But I think it really depends per category of videos you're in, and I think we're still always learning about it as well. And yeah, listen to the people that watch. Like in the end, they watch. So if you just look at what do they like, and in the comments, what do they want to see more, like you follow a bit that. I don't have a secret recipe, I think.
While I was figuring out how Dave built an online community, I ran into a few challenges. So, what was it like for me to live and film at Project Kamp? Honestly, it's been the most challenging place I've been so far. You might think that filming in a place where cameras are a normal part of life would be easy, but it was actually the opposite. My goal was to capture the quiet, personal moments that really show what community living is like. But these moments are sacred here, and understandably so. It took some time to start the project, and in the beginning, I often felt like I was intruding on people's private space.
You again?
Another challenge, I tried to show up more in the documentary myself. And if you know filmmakers, most of us choose this job because we like being behind the camera. So that pushed me out of my comfort zone. Then there's the number of people. At any given time, there are around 20 people living here. And as an introvert, I really value time alone. Finding that space in a close-knit community wasn't always easy. And finally, sleeping in a tent. I've had some bad experience in the past, so I wasn't exactly looking forward to it. But by pushing myself, I discovered that it's actually kind of great. I started to like it. It made me realize you don't need a big house, a tent can be enough. Living here also helped me accept myself more. Sometimes I needed to step back and recharge, and that's okay. You don't have to force yourself to be social all the time. What matters is being true to yourself. That said, I've loved getting to know the people here. Throughout my travels, I've noticed something beautiful about communities like this. People are welcoming, open-minded and respectful. You can be your full, authentic self. No one cares what you look like or what you own. The simple things really do matter the most. Like making pizza together.